Most people discover calisthenics by watching someone doing an advanced version of it. Without a doubt, it can be really impressive to see a human flag, a handstand push-up or a muscle-up for the first time. But calisthenics is more than that. Every bodyweight focused training that involves a mix of strength, mobility, balance and endurance can be described as calisthenics. This means it can be done by everyone, no matter if you just started working out or if you're pretty advanced already. To avoid mistakes from the beginning, here are 5 facts everyone should know about calisthenics. First, progress takes time. Everyone wants fast results, but setting unrealistic goals can quickly lead to frustration. Learning a planche or a muscle-up is nothing that happens overnight, especially if you're an absolute beginner. Even push-ups and pull-ups can be very hard for the average person. So keep in mind to set realistic short-term goals to stay motivated. A short-term goal should be something that you can achieve in a couple of months. This can be very different from person to person, so let's take pull-ups as an example. As an absolute beginner, your short-term goal could be to do a clean negative pull-up or to do a certain amount of band-assisted pull-ups. As a beginner with a couple months of practice, you could focus on your first pull-up or your first couple of pull-ups. As an intermediate athlete, you could simply focus on more reps, for example doing 10 pull-ups in a row to build the foundation for advanced exercises. As an advanced athlete, you could focus on advanced pull-up variations like archer and side-to-side pull-ups, but also muscle-ups or front lever training. Each of these steps is important. Some will master them quicker and others will need more time. There's nothing wrong with ambitious goals, but always try to be realistic about your own capabilities. Long story short, take a single step at a time and keep in mind that you need a lot of patience and consistency to achieve great things. If it would be easy, everyone would be able to do it. If you don't know how to structure a good short-term goal workout routine, you could take an eye on our complete calisthenics program. The program is divided into different levels and includes everything a good step-by-step workout guide needs. If you want to know more about it, just visit calimove.com. Alright, let's continue with the second point. Don't kill your workout. If you think you have to kill yourself in every workout, you will probably sabotage your own progress and gains. As a beginner, your body needs time to adapt. This not only includes your muscles, but also your joints and the complete connective tissue. Doing too hard exercises, training till failure in every set, or training every day can easily lead to injuries in the long term. Without the necessary preparation, experience and proper rest time for recovery, you will also quickly lag in progress, or even worse, regress. So don't expect major improvements from pushing your body to the limit in every single training session. This also counts for advanced athletes, especially when it comes to calisthenics skills. Here you should follow a simple rule. The harder the exercise in terms of strength and technique, the more you should avoid muscle fatigue and failure. As a beginner, it makes more sense to almost completely avoid failure for the first weeks. Instead, focus more on the movement itself. The goal is to build a solid foundation, learn the correct execution, and get a feeling for the exercises and your muscles. The next point explains why mobility is important. If you want to achieve certain skills, stay healthy, maintain a good posture and build an evenly trained body, you should integrate mobility work into your training. But don't confuse it with passive stretching. Mobility means to increase your range of motion with active movements. Of course, it can also make sense to integrate some passive stretches, especially if you want to learn specific skills which require a good mix between mobility and flexibility. Examples for that are the V-sit, the press to handstand or the front and side split. Even if you don't want to learn those movements, you can still benefit from basic mobility training. The reason for that is that strength training can lead to stiff muscles, and stiff muscles can lead to imbalances and injuries. Practicing mobility training regularly helps you to stay mobile and avoid these negative side effects. Keep in mind that you don't need an above-average mobility to maintain a healthy and evenly trained body. But there are some fundamental movements everyone should be able to do. To learn more about these fundamental movements, you should check our video "Do these 6 exercises to increase your mobility and flexibility." You can find the link in the description. If mobility is one of your main goals, or if you want to benefit from mobility training in general, you can head over to calimove.com and check our mobility program. The program comes in 3 levels and can be done as a beginner or as an already pretty mobile person. It includes mobility flows, locomotions, and also training for advanced skills. The next thing you should know is that calisthenics builds muscle. What is superior for building muscle? Calisthenics or weight training? Well, we already made 2 videos about this topic, so if you want to know more details about it, you can find the links for them in the description as well. Summed up, you should know that you can build muscle with calisthenics, just like you can do it with weights. In some cases it can be a bit tricky, because you have to adapt the exercises to make them easier or harder. For example, you want to train your chest in the 8 to 12 rep range. If you choose weights, you could do that with a bench press and adjust the weight so that you are able to do the right amount of reps. If you choose calisthenics, you could do it with push-ups and choose a progression that allows you to do the same amount of repetitions. Of course, it can be tricky to find the right progression, and sometimes the gap between these progressions can be huge. But it's also more fun and adds more variety if you change an exercise instead of doing the same one over and over again and only add more weight. Calisthenics is all about the right progression and variation. With that, you can adapt the exercise to the right rep range in order to build muscle. Our body transformation program exactly focuses on this rule. For each exercise, we show you different variations and progressions. In addition, we also integrated weighted calisthenics for squats, lunges, pull-ups, dips, and many more. In this way, you can make the most out of every workout and get a lot of variety. If your main goal is a well-trained physique and you want to achieve it with mainly calisthenics, just visit calimove.com and take a look at the body transformation program. The last thing you should know is that leg training is not a joke. Calisthenics guys don't train legs, right? Well, of course, this stereotype has its reason. There are many guys who skip leg training because it's harder to do skills with more muscle mass on the lower body. This doesn't mean that you can't train legs effectively with calisthenics, but you should still know that calisthenics leg training has its limitations. If you already have a very strong lower body and want to push your strength to the limit, weighted squats are hard to beat. But if you are a beginner and want a good mix between building muscle, improving mobility and increasing strength, exercises like squats, lunges, archer squats and pistols can do the job quite well. If you want to know what a good and intense calisthenics leg training could look like, we linked you a free leg workout video in the description. Alright, if you consider these 5 facts, you are ready to go. If you want more info about every single fact, check the videos in the description. And if you want to start right away with a complete step-by-step workout guide, you should visit calimove.com. No matter if you want to build muscle, improve your mobility, or learn calisthenics skills, we got the right program for you. If you have any other questions, please leave a comment. I'm Alex and I see you in the next video.